on, my dudes? I'm Marty Ops, and today I want to do a recap and go over every one of the major games that has launched for the Nintendo Switch 2 during its first week on the shelves, because we've definitely had a few of those last-minute surprises. Now, the Nintendo Switch 2 has officially been out for 1 week. Can you believe it? I've been so busy over here that I haven't even had time to dive into the games all that deep, but this weekend is almost here, so I'm finally going to have time to kick back, relax, and get to grinding. So, what that means, though, is also my Mario Kart World giveaway is coming to a close. I'll talk more about that at the end of the video, or you can just check the description, but I just wanted to remind you this is going to be your last chance to win. So, whether you were a day one adopter of the console, or you're just still on the fence on whether or not you should pick it up, this list will help you figure out what's worth your time, what games are getting big upgrades, what's a must download, and we'll also talk about some of the GameCube games that are out on the Nintendo Switch Online platform. Let's get into it. So, starting off strong with all of the new Nintendo Switch 2 versions of the game that are available right now during this first week of launch. I'm sure you guys honestly probably know a lot of these, but there are a few surprising new ones in there that popped up last minute. First, we got Mario Kart World. I'm sure most of you have already drifted into this game. I picked up the Mario Kart Switch 2 bundle myself, and I've been enjoying the hell out of this. This brand new generation of Mario racing is, it's got that new open world twist, and I'm already hooked. Unfortunately, it does carry that $80 price tag, but you can pick it up for $50 while the bundle's still available, or you can get it for absolutely free by entering my giveaway that I'll talk about later. Or just check the description. All right, guys, back to it. Next up, we got Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Yes, this is that tech demo for the Nintendo Switch 2, except you have to pay money for it. It's not like Astrobot. So, it is only $9.99, but I honestly don't know if that's worth it for the average consumer. I played it for about 20 minutes, and I was Team Welcome Tour at first. I was team don't knock it till you try it, but I tried it, and I think I'm going to knock it, because even though the mini games are pretty interesting, I got bored pretty quickly. It was like reading an interactive manual almost. Next is Zelda Breath of the Wild Switch 2 Edition and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 Edition. Now, I'm counting these as one game, even though they're obviously not priced as one game, unfortunately. I'm looking forward to this because I never got around to playing Tears of the Kingdom, and I did briefly play Breath of the Wild a long time ago when I was on deployment, but it's been forever. So I just loaded both of those games onto my Switch 2, and I'm looking forward to diving into them. With that being said, I do plan on live streaming both of these games, and the VODs that come out of it, I'll post on my channel. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe if you like my content. That way you can see my first playthrough of these games. They're both priced at $79.99, which is a little intense, but if you already own the games, it's only a $10 upgrade for each. Now, if you already own the games and you're a subscriber to the Nintendo Switch Online, the upgrades are free. You don't have to pay for them, other than, obviously, your monthly subscription to the Switch Online. Next up, we have Arcade Archives 2 Ridge Racer. Here you've got fast cars and retro vibes with classic arcade-style chaos, and this one only runs you $16.99. And then we have a classic turn-based Japanese RPG that is now in HD, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. I've never really played this, but it does look gorgeous, and, it only costs you $39.99, so that is a nice price to see on this brand new console. Now, Civilization is a classic. I haven't played this game back since, Civilization 4 or 5, but it's looking gorgeous, and I'm really excited to dive back into the series. You can pick this up for $69.99. Another game that I heard is a real winner and also $70 is Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. I haven't gotten the chance to play yet, but I do have this game in hand, and I am really excited to jump in. It's not a game key card, and it comes with all the expansions included. Next up, we have Deltarune Chapters 1 through 4, and this is from Toby Fox, the guy who made that incredible Undertale game. And he released this absolute winner, and it's kind of in that same universe. It's an awesome game, and the next chapters have dropped on the Switch 2, and this only costs you $24.99. Now we have Fast Fusion, which is great graphics, great game, great price. This futuristic racer with flashy colors is only going to cost you $14.99. I've been playing it a little bit back and forth with the Mario Kart, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's a nice change of pace. Now, no surprise here, this game is everywhere. We have Fortnite. It's supposed to run really good on the Switch 2, and Honestly, I know, don't shoot me. I've never played Fortnite. I might try it out now that it's coming to this next gen handheld though. And it's totally free, so you can't beat that other than what you spend with your V-Bucks. But I'm looking forward to giving this a shot, I guess. I've never, like I said, I played it back when it first came out. And after my first game or two, I shut it down. So we'll see. Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition. You get all 3 games for the price of $59.99, and there is a lot of content in this. Full stealth in 4K, baby, and if you saw during the Summer Games Fest, they released a lot of new content updates that are coming up, so this game is being updated, and all these content updates are free, so definitely worth looking into. Now, the full version of Hogwarts Legacy, looking much better on the Switch 2's hardware, and it has that mouse mode included. You can find the Switch 1 version on sale pretty often too, and with a $10 upgrade pack, you'll get this $60 game for half the price. I got it on sale for about 20 bucks, got the upgrade for 10, so I spent about $30 on this game. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess is another game only running you 40 bones, and it seems very under the radar. You know, it's a gorgeous single-player action strategy game by Capcom. Definitely worth looking into. Next, we have Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition. This is a historical strategy sim coming in at $70. Honestly, it seems like a pretty niche game, but for those tacticians who are into this kind of thing, I think it'll be pretty awesome. I don't think it's for me. Another one that I don't think is for me is a $40 Tetris game called Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S. This has been updated, is now smoother than ever, but I think there's cheaper options if I want to play Tetris, but hey, there's other people out there who will get a kick out of this, and, you know, to each their own. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. Fighting, farming, dating. I know that sounds like an ad for farmers only or only farms depending on your mood, but actually it's a $60 game for the Switch 2, and it looks pretty cool. Next, we got Sonic X Shadow Generations, and I honestly have not played a Sonic game in ages, like not since the GameCube, but this is only $49.99, and honestly, I'm just happy to see that not every game is getting priced at the cap, especially since some of these are older games, you know. Split Fiction. If you haven't already, buy this game. I just beat this with my wife on the Xbox, and honestly, I'm going to buy it again on the Switch too. And I'm also probably going to buy it again on my computer. It's only $49.99, and you could play with others for absolutely free with the game share. But it's such a good game, and it's honestly my Game of the Year contender. Street Fighter 6. You have both the standard and the Years 1 and 2 Fighters Edition. One of the best button-mashing fighter games out there, and it comes with all the DLC for the first 2 years for $59.99. If you don't want all that, you only got to pay 40 bucks for it without the DLC. And then we have Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. This one I'm looking forward to. I have never played a single Yakuza game, but I've been told by a lot of people that this right here is the perfect entry to the series, and it's only going to cost you 50 bucks. You really can't beat that. Now, these next two are also big last-minute updates. We also have Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Stole Time, and it's getting a Switch 1 launch for $70, and the Switch 2 upgrade is only going to cost you a couple bucks, so it's a very cheap upgrade, and I've heard nothing but good things about this game. I'd never really heard of it before, but I've heard a lot of good things, and it looks interesting, and I'm probably going to pick this up soon. And finally, a big last-minute surprise here, No Man's Sky is also out this week. This version of the game offers high-resolution graphics alongside some other cool gameplay ideas that will really take advantage of the unique features of the Switch 2. I think this is definitely worth checking out, and when I picked it up, it was on a pretty hefty sale, like 60% off, so definitely worth it for a brand new game for the Switch 2. All right, guys, that's about it for the new games that have launched. The next category we're going to jump into is all of the Switch 1 games that have received a free downloadable update with improvements that are focused on graphics, frame rates, and more. And now I'm specifying this to downloadable because we're seeing that most, if not all, of the Nintendo Switch 1 games are taking advantage of the Switch 2's better hardware. And things are loading faster and looking better even without a dedicated update. So the games that do have that update are ARMS. This update is available now, and it has upgraded visuals that are optimized for the Switch 2, better frame rate, and HDR support. We also have Big Brain Academy, Brain vs. Brain. This is out now, and the game share support has added up to 4 people playing in party mode. We also have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, with increased visuals that are optimized for the Switch 2 display, HDR support, and with the game share, 2 people can play all of the courses, shared locally or online via game chat. You also have Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. This adds game share support so up to 4 people can play 34 of the games, and you can share locally or online via game chat. You also have Game Builder Garage with visuals optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 display and higher resolution TVs for improved image quality. This also supports the Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. Next up, we got the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe with visuals optimized for the Switch 2 display. And everyone's excited about this, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I haven't tried it out, but I've heard that it's much, much better now. The visuals are improved and that frame rate is much smoother. Now, another surprise update is Splatoon 3. This is launching today. We have visuals that are optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 display and improved frame rate that's optimized for the Switch 2 with smoother movement in the plaza and Grand Festival grounds. Next, we have Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which has better visuals, better frame rate, and for Bowser's Fury only, HDR support. Now, with game share, up to 4 people can play Super Mario 3D World, and then in Bowser's Fury, 2 people can play together, with one player controlling Mario and the other player controlling Bowser Jr. You can share locally or online via game chat. Next, we have Super Mario Odyssey. This one I'm really looking forward to finally playing. It has updated visuals, the HDR support, and with the game share, 2 people can play together. One person is obviously going to be controlling Cappy. The main character is Mario. Then we have Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which has better visuals and HDR support, along with Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, also having better visuals and HDR support. I've never played either of these two, but once again, I've heard they were a little choppy on the old Switch, so it'd be interesting to see how they play now. So guys, that wraps up all of the Nintendo Switch 1 games that have free updates for the Nintendo Switch 2. Next, let's talk about the GameCube games that are out for the Switch 2. If you're a subscriber to Nintendo Online, you now have access to some classic GameCube titles. These are the games you could start playing right after you get your Switch. Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, which was initially released in 2002. The Wind Waker's cartoonish style and gameplay won over fans and spawned sequels and spin-offs with 3DS titles like Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. We also have F-Zero GX, the 2003 racing game that was a collaboration between Nintendo and Sega. And finally, we have Soul Calibur 2. This is considered to be one of the greatest fighting games ever made, and it's got improved graphics compared to its predecessor. Now, guys, those are all of the currently available GameCube games, but there's a couple more that are going to be coming out soon that were already announced, like one of my personal favorites, Super Mario Sunshine, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Super Mario Strikers, Luigi's Mansion, another one of my favorites, Pokemon Coliseum, and Chibi Robo. So we'll look forward to seeing those announced soon. Well, guys, I guess that's it. That about covers everything. Thank you so much for watching, my dudes and my dudettes. And please, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. That'll help me drift right into that algorithm. We've got plenty of more fun things planned, so stay tuned. With that, have an awesome rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. But first, if you're new around here or you just haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check out one of these videos. Right on top is going to be an introduction from me and my plans for this channel, while the bottom takes a look at one of the newly announced games for the Nintendo Switch 2. All right, guys, deuces.